Oh my goodness. Hey everyone, it's John Taylor. I'm on my news desk and my trading desk today. Today's Tuesday, January 7th, 2026. Exciting news, man. We got a lot going on today. Do me a favor, give my video a like and a share, and please, let's get the word out. My channel's getting a lot of traction. Stay with me to the end. I give you free alpha. So I'm going over my trading plan, but first let's take a look at the news. All right, what's being reported on bar chart. Stocks edge higher as chip makers are rallying again. So you got news on SanDisk and Oracle, Tesla, the robo-taxis, and welcome all my new subs too on, put my videos, also publish them on X, on Twitter. SanDisk is pumping, man. Bar chart is looking great. Chinese giant, for NVIDIA. So the news, stocks zigzag on Wall Street following mixed profit report from United Health, GM, and others. Boeing sales are pumping. Now India signed a deal recently, a trade deal. They clinched the EU mother of all deals and historic free trade agreement. So with that, the de-dollarization event. So the BRICS nations are doing great. S&P 500. Incredible news with it. Let's see what's going on here real quick here. So E-mini futures are up 18 points. The NASDAQ up about 180 points. The Dow futures off about 500 points. Stock market's open up here about half hour or so. The VIX is dipping at 18.20. The Dixie dipping at 96.155. Watch the yield on the 10-year note. That's what's going on. The news story is, the sovereign debt crisis with bond yields, especially with Japan. My goodness. So crude oil is up fractionally at 61.25. Nat gas, 3.69. Gold is off about 20 points at just over 5,061. Now I've been shorting silver here. Silver is at 106.52, so it's off about $9. I'm looking also at an ETF, not a financial advisor, not financial advice, just information only, but looking at DUST, D-U-S-T, and then looking at purchasing put options on some of the gold mining stocks because they've become a bit long in the tooth and their pump. We shall see. So this is the shake. Whenever, the Hunt brothers went through this also too back in the 80s, where they, as soon as the silver market got into this type of condition before it was cornered, the exchange changes the rules, so then they experience possible force majeure where they just can't deliver, so it gets cash settled. But we shall see. Silver bullion, I'm a seller. Corn, soybean, cocoa, coffee. So this is what's being reported. Stock market leaders, United Healthcare, kaboom, off about 20%. Micron Technologies active, NVIDIA active, Tesla, Apple Computers, Microsoft, Meta, SanDisk is pumping. Google's doing great. I love Google's amazing. And then advanced micro devices. So the chip trade is back on again. Look at these stocks. Western Digital, unreal. So Western Digital and then SanDisk were some of my biggest stock picks years ago. Seagate Technologies is the stock of the day, chart of the day. New all-time high on Seagate. So this is what we have being reported on bar chart. If you stay with me to the end, I go over my trading plan. Make sure you read the risk disclosure below. And then, I don't run commercials on my channel, but I do publish ebooks. So I just recently published an ebook. I'll put the link in below. AI Green Energy Course, Optimizing Renewable Resources for Sustainable Future. AI Green Energy, Optimizing Renewable Resources. The global energy crisis demands more than just green hardware. It requires digital intelligence and data centers, so you can learn how to build the smart, resilient grid of tomorrow using cutting-edge machine learning and reinforcement learning. Again, AI Green Energy course. You see the link below. Tell me what you think about it. You can read it for free on Amazon Kindle. So now let's look at Yahoo Finance. What's being reported here. Now from all this, I read the news, look at the left, right, run it about 5 minutes today. So again, EU, India clinched mother of all deals and rebuff to Trump. S&P rises towards record. Insurers drag the Dow lower. United Healthcare falls as Medicare blow shades up. United Healthcare might sell some puts on it to pay for some medical bills that I have coming up. Let's see here. I'll open up the montage, option montage on United Health, see what the puts are looking like. All right. So GM post earnings, utility bills are out of control. Tax season starts, H&R Block type stuff, 1040s and all that. Market haven't been the risk on since 2021, according to Goldman Sachs. Disney CEO, looking at that news, dollar sinks to the lowest level in 4 years. De-dollarization, the dollar's tanking. So that's why I'm looking to, I'm shorting silver now on this huge pump. So I purchased thousands of these things when no one wanted to own them. I'll show this American Eagles. These things are amazing. Now, with that, I'm selling that into the strength and then using the proceeds and to buy the dip on the Bitcoin. So I'm looking at it today, and I'm doing a research on a book on weighted alpha and how I look at shorting and providing liquidity into marketplaces. Nat gas slips after a record rally. So we had a nice pump on nat gas, but boom. So the commodities that are oversold right now, we're going to review those. I'm not a commodity trading advisor. It's just information. Americans' confidence in U.S. economy falls. Fintech sector, U.S. consumer confidence falls. Phoebe Gates raises $35 million to make shopping fun again. Tesla price targets rise. Pinterest to lay off 15%. So now, if you've been displaced by AI with your job, check out the link below. Like I said on my ebook, you show how to use AI, the artificial intelligence, for green energy. Bond market contrarians look to buy the 30-year note, 5-year yield. I don't know. GM's earnings, tariffs, and adventurous year. So we got a lot of news on General Motors and Ford and Chrysler and So precious metal ETFs are the way to play gold rally. EU trade deal. So I go over this news. Okay, let's see the stocks that are top gainer. Redwire Corporation, Corning, Cloudflare is up 13%. Man. And then the losers, top losers today, Humana is dipping. And United Healthcare. So I might be selling some puts. Maybe do a put spread type of thing to pull in some premiums by selling naked puts on Humana and then United Healthcare. So that's how I think. Most active, Redwire Corporation, up 30%. Intel pumping at 44. I had sold some puts. I did a put spread on Intel. United Healthcare's active and American Airlines. So what's going on with this economy? Running about 9 minutes, doing awesome, people. So let's take a look at my trading plan for today. So, the stock market, is getting long in the tooth. Is Warren Buffett right? The Buffett indicator says that stocks are overbought. Technically the AI boom. So let's take a look at this. These stock exchanges are pumping. The United Healthcare might be selling a put option on Aetna. Let's see here. All right, so my trading plan for today, I'll DCA Bitcoin, the Bitcoin, DCA SPY ETF, BKCH, both the blockchain ETFs, and Block, BLOK, DCA both of those, and then I'll purchase some ETH, ETHE. So that's and then I'm shorting, looking at Dust. DUST. This is the Direction gold miner bear. So, that's looking good today. So might be doing a put spread on it. The gold stocks, the exchanges changed the rules just like they did with the Hunt brothers back in the 80s. So they're not going to blow up you have to be able to have the contract and to deliver. And if they can't deliver, they say, well, here's cash. So, in an effort in fairness to the exchange, I've indirectly cornered the precious metals market. So I'm providing liquidity to such, and then shorting into this pump. So that's what I have on my trading plan. And then looking at the Bitcoin, Bitcoin's tanking. So I'm selling the pump into silver bullion, and then I'm looking to accumulate more Bitcoin on the dippy dip because of the weighted alpha. So incredible news today. Let's look at CNN. CNN's reporting on the left. Let's see what's going on here on the left. White House shows first signs of retreat after Minnesota issue. NTSB holds safety hearings. The doomsday clock. Got that news. Let's see. Winter storm. Have you been affected by the winter storm? Leave comments down below and how are you surviving? And then news on Alex Pretty. So news on the left here, dozens of arrests and ICE protesting. So that's on the left. And we'll look at Fox News, to keep things balanced. I stay apolitical right in the middle. John Fetterman urges Trump to, for the DHS secretary, Kristi Noem. My goodness. And then incredible mistaken powers mob against people, and the celebrities make good on promises to leave U.S. So a lot of celebrities are leaving the U.S. Wow. The Treasury Secretary warns Canada breaking from U.S. would be a disaster. So we got the Canadian dollar and news on monk fruit saying that it's good to eat. So this is what we have on the news on the right. And then I look at Wall Street is doing great work also. And then the Bitcoin. So let's see if we can get the dip on Bitcoin and then be able to short some more silver to provide liquidity to the silver bullion market. So we're running about 12 minutes today, everyone. Thanks. Have a great day. And I give thanks for my abundant supply now manifested. I have it now. So shorting silver into the pump. That's my plan. Buy the dip on the Bitcoin. Got that. I own Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Pepe, and then also the dog coin. And so this is my plan for the day, everyone. Have a great day. And thanks. It's John Taylor on his news desk and prop trading desk. Thanks.